Did you know RAVE is 37 years old? Started way back in 1981. So we've got some awards that we're going to be giving out and some speeches. But first of all, our entertainment is here. Mrs. Chappell and Mrs. Buckley's second grade class from La Liberty have walked over to entertain us today. So we're going to enjoy that first.
Wow.
great. Thank you to Mrs. Buckley and Mrs. Chappell's classrooms and to Mr. Wright for arranging that for us. We'd like to introduce a couple of people to you. As we said, we're celebrating RAVE's anniversary. 37 years of providing volunteers and volunteer programs in our schools, and it wouldn't work without so many people involved helping in so many ways. But we have one position that's really critical. It's our RAVE coordinator's position, and we've been very fortunate to have a wonderful coordinator for the last few years, Kim Dolan, who resigned in October. Kim did a fantastic job. Can we have a round of applause for Kim Dolan? And the amazing thing is, even though Kim resigned, she's still been so involved in helping us out so much. And her replacement is equally wonderful. We're so blessed to have our new RAVE coordinator, Becky George.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're so glad that you could join us today, because today is all about you. We're celebrating our volunteers, the heartbeat of our schools. For those of you that are continuing your efforts this year, as well as anyone that is a new recruit for us, we thank you for your interest, your involvement, your time and talent, your willingness to share, and especially for caring about our Raynham schools and the students who attend them. Collectively, you've contributed thousands of hours of your precious time, but regardless of how much time you have to spare and are able to share, we appreciate the positive impact you all have made as a guest and a helper in our schools. Now, as I look around the room, there's many of you that I see on a weekly basis, and you give your time. There's some of you that maybe only can volunteer for here and there, and we appreciate that as well. Some of you are grandparents of children in our schools, some of you are retired teachers, and we thank all of you, whether you're a special guest, a helper in the classroom, a workroom volunteer. There's so many different opportunities to volunteer, and we appreciate your time. I just have a little quote that I wanted to leave you with. And I found this, and you have to kind of ponder over this one. It says, volunteers do not necessarily have the time, they have the heart. And that is very true. So we thank all of you.
Thank you, Becky. And as we often say, the reason that RAVE works, as Becky said, there's so many people involved, and our schools are so welcoming because they welcome our volunteers in, they appreciate it, and that's so critical to that great partnership. A couple of important people we would like to say a few words from our Board of Selectmen. We have Chairman Marie Smith, and Marie is one of those wonderful people that have been involved with RAVE from the very beginning. So we thank Marie for that and for all her continued support.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat. And I'm certainly, I think you guys are just wonderful. You really and truly are. Thank you so much. I bring you this morning the greetings from the town of Raynham. Our newly elected member, Pat Riley, as we all know. Joseph Pacheco, and of course myself. I have been here for a very, very long time, 37 years with RAVE. I started with RAVE, but when RAVE started, when Shoshana Gashik was up here trying to pitch it, and everybody looked at her and said, it'll never last. Well, it did last, and so I want to congratulate RAVE on its 37 years. I want to say thank you to all of those students. They were absolutely wonderful. Their voices were so sweet. And did you get the last message? How many of you remember those sayings? After a while, crocodile, see you later, alligator. I'm sitting there dating myself as I'm listening to them. But they were absolutely wonderful. So continued success. Wouldn't it be nice if I was still here 37 years from now? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marie. And our superintendent of schools, Mr. Derek Swenson. We have a very large board of directors and chairman of our different programs, our administrators. Marie is our liaison to the Board of Selectmen. She has been that. And of course, our superintendent, who volunteers whenever we need him for all kinds of things and is a great support, Mr. Derek Swenson.
Thank you, Pat. Just want to take this time first to congratulate RAVE on 37 incredible years of support to our schools, and on behalf of the Bridgewater-Raynham Regional School District and also on behalf of the school committee, I just want to thank all of you for all that you do each and every day in our schools. We have a very large school district, second largest regional school district in the Commonwealth that many people may not realize. So we depend upon our volunteers to supplement some of the programs that we have that go on throughout the week and throughout the year. And we are so appreciative of what you folks do. I often say the volunteers are the glue that keep us together. And we have so many wonderful events throughout the year, and we do depend upon you folks to come in and help us out with that. I was walking classrooms today, and I was reminded that there is only 12 and a half days left of school by every student that I encountered. So, and I know that they appreciate you all 180 days of those days, as do I. So thank you so much for all that you do, and I look forward to a continued partnership with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. We also have our assistant superintendent was here a minute ago too. Is Mr. Powers still here? Just to give him a round of applause as well.
He's out there troubleshooting something.
Okay, terrific. And our head nurse for the Bridgewater-Raynham district is here as well, Marie Fahey. She's also a famous grandmother for a student at Merrill School. So thanks for coming, Marie. And our principal from the Merrill School here, our hostess today, Miss Deb Westell.
Good evening, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. I apologize for not being in the lunch here with you, but I was with our friends down in kindergarten helping them with their lunch. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you being here at school. I've worked in other communities before, and never have I worked somewhere where the community itself, not just the parents, but the community, has been so involved and so vested in our students, our education in our schools, and it does make a huge difference. And we truly appreciate everything that you do for us, your care for us, your kindness, your thoughtfulness, your generosity. It is just overwhelming and amazing, and we are certainly very blessed to have each and every one of you here. So this is our opportunity to thank you for everything that you've done for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Westell. And we also have Principal Mr. Dennis Bray. I don't know if you heard, but Mr. Bray is Raynham's Citizen of the Year this year.
Well, thank you, Pat. As I said when I accepted the award at town meeting, even though I was personally the recipient, it really is, in my opinion, a school recognition for law liberty, because I'm just one piece of the puzzle, and it's people like you and the teachers and staff that make it all work and come together, and I just happen to be the one singled out for that, so I guess I'll take some credit, but thank you. It really is a joint effort. I just wanted to take a moment, like Deb said, and Derek, how much we appreciate all that you do, and I know everyone talks about all the things you do in the classrooms, but I just want to emphasize that you might not know this, but your most important job is you are role models for all of our students. You are showing them, as they grow up and become adults, the importance of volunteerism. And that's something that I think sometimes gets lost on kids and students at school. So please, don't ever stop doing that, because it's an important skill that our kids need to learn, and they're learning it from people like you. So thank you very much for all that you do. And unlike Marie, I hope I'm here in 37 years as well. And like Mr. Swenson said, I'm really glad there's only 12 and a half days left of school, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
we have so many RAVE programs, which is another key to success because you can be involved in so many things. We have Eleanor Calvin here, retired music teacher, and Judy Niles, retired teacher, that come back year after year for children and seniors together with. I know Judy's also a pen pal. We've got the senior pen pal program, and of course we have the parade. I hope you saw that parade we had, which is just fantastic, and so many people helped us with that. So we really appreciate that. One other special guest that I'd like to have come forward here, our newest member of the Bridgewater Raynham School Committee. She's not a stranger to Raynham. She's been the president of the ECPO, president now of the La Liberty Parents Organization, and I know she's going to do a fantastic job in the school committee, and she's on our RAVE board, Rachel King.
Thank you, Pat. On behalf of the school committee, I just want to thank all the parents, all the grandparents, all the community members, all of your RAVE members, and you all bring something really important into the schools and the children's. I'm the newest member of the school committee, but I started out and I still am a proud RAVE member. When I first started volunteering in the school with Mrs. Trott's class, it was selfishly just so I could be there to see Sophia and what are they working on. But honestly, what they do in the classroom every day, the staff, the teachers, they're changing lives and they're shaping our children's lives, and we can just do our small part to help them, and that's what's really important. So thank you everyone for doing your part to help all of us together. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. And what Mr. Bray said about role models and the continuation, volunteering is really contagious. And RAVE now, as I said, it's been around for 37 years, and we find that the children of volunteers are now volunteers, and it just continues. And also, as far as role models, Rachel mentioned that she was RAVE, and now she's on the school committee. Try Patty Rowland, Susan O'Brien, Sue Prewandowski. So many of our RAVE volunteers have gone on to serve in other capacities as well. So Shoshana really had a great idea when she put RAVE together, and it just goes on, and we're so thrilled about that. One thing we also try to do, one other person I want to really introduce for a round of applause, well, two really. John Texera, who's on our RAVE Board of Directors, member of the Council on Aging, and Linda Texera, one of our original presidents of the RAVE organization. If they could just stand. John's also on the planning board as well as the Council on Aging. I started to say we also try to promote that volunteerism. So we have a RAVE Volunteer Service Scholarship Award that we give to 3 deserving students who have demonstrated volunteerism and community service and the commitment of volunteering for the right reason, not because it's good for them individually, but because they need to help out. And we've had some great people, recipients of that. And I just want to introduce who this year's 3 recipients are. We have one of them here with us. We have Daniel Flaherty, in recognition of he's been elected as the 2018 RAVE Volunteer Service Scholarship Award recipient in memory of outstanding volunteer James McGonigal. James McGonigal was a recipient of the J.C. Penney Golden Rule Award many years ago. Also, we have our other award recipient, Jason Vickery, has received the award in memory of Kathleen Roberts. And we all know what an important role Kathleen has played in the community of Raynham and in volunteering in the RAVE organization, one of the original members. And our 3rd recipient is here with us, Alexa Van Voris. If you could stand up for a round of applause, Alexa. And Alexa received the award in honor of Shoshana Garshik, because not only has Alexa volunteered, but she's also taken a leadership role in volunteering and getting others involved in volunteering. And if I could, not embarrass you, but Alexa, but I just want to read to you what she wrote in her essay about volunteering. Throughout my lifetime, I have been involved in a variety of activities such as lacrosse, soccer, basketball, cross-country, student council, Model UN, Girl Scouts, the fall play, and spring musical. Although some of these activities I become more or less involved in throughout the year, one thing I've always stayed loyal to is community service. My first experience with community service was Girl Scouts, and from there I became more involved in my community as the years passed. First, it was only a matter of helping others, but now I believe community service holds more meaning than lending a helping hand. It honors the dignity of the human person through acts of kindness and gratitude. When you help someone or a group of people through community service, you are not only giving these people their physical needs, but also sending a message that says their presence and well-being is important to the community. In short, community service is truly an act of love. This love shows your appreciation for the community and for the individual. Isn't that beautiful? And we have two other awards that we give out every year, and I'm going to ask Becky and Gayle, who's our RAVE Celebration Chairman, to come up and assist with these. The first will be the 2018 RAVE Shoshana Garshik Volunteer of the Year Award. And this needs to go to someone who has served on the board of directors for a few years, and it really exemplifies what it means to be a volunteer and a leader. And in your program, it lists the RAVE awards over the years who've received this, and if you look through it, it's Joyce Denon, Pam George, Linda Texera, Patty Rowland, Cheryl DiVincenzo, Cheryl Spear, who also was a president of the RAVE organization, Dr. Nancy Witherill, Colleen Kelly, Mara Daly, Beverly Ellis, Allison Gingras, Kathleen Roberts, Kathy Boyd, Carolyn Prescia, Kellyanne Thomas, Brenda Clemmy, Robin Burns, Taryn Riley, Kara Peters, Becky Mello, who's with us today, Dr. Sukri Wendowski. Last year, Grace Nagel received it. And this year's recipient, if Becky, you could hold this for a moment, is someone who's been involved with RAVE for about 10 years, has served on our board of directors for several years in a very important role. We'd like her to come up and receive this. She is our fundraising chairperson and does a huge amount of work we asked her to stay today, but we didn't tell her why. She does a huge amount of work for our craft fair. The Shoshana Garshik RAVE Volunteer of the Year Award is hereby presented to Michelle Corsi. Michelle. Michelle, would you like to say a few words?
I'm truly caught off guard. I wasn't even going to come today, and Becky kind of roped me in at the last minute. She said, "You have to be here." I said, "Only for you, Becky." I had no idea, and I'm so honored to receive this, and thank you.
Our other award is the RAVE Award for Exceptional Dedication and Commitment to the Children of Raynham. And this is also a total surprise for this person, as you will notice shortly. But the recipient, this does not have to particularly be a RAVE volunteer, but somebody who has shown exceptional dedication to the children of Raynham. Our former award recipients have been Tony Caputo, former principal, retired Police Chief Peter King, who still is so active with us, Selectman Don McKinnon, also so active with us, Kathleen Roberts, Kathy Tripp, also as a principal, retired Police Chief Lou Pacheco, and Patrice White, Sandy Leahy, Kate Dyer, Dr. Jackie Forbes, Officer Lou Pacheco. Last year was Richie Florence, who retired as our RMS principal. This person has been involved with RAVE from the very beginning, 37 years ago. And then she became a special education teacher, and then she went on to become the coordinator for the special education program. Do you know what I'm talking about, Gay? And then She's been on the RAVE board all that time, 37 years, has been the chairman of this, I think, from the very beginning, and she still is working for the children. She's still, even in her retirement, she teaches at Bridgewater State University, and she works with children with special needs, helping diagnose their issues and programs. There's just nobody like Gay Yao. So well deserved. Gay, would you like to say a few words?
I had no idea this was coming. Thank you so much, Pat. This is very moving. Thank you.
Gay is on our committee that we select who is going, so we said we were going to give it to Becky Mellon, who already received it. But we just wanted to sneak it through. So Gay, you are so well deserving. Thank you so much. And we could just go on forever thanking so many people that contribute so much to make RAVE so functional, so successful. But thank you so much. Please spread the word. We're always looking for more volunteers. That's what keeps us going. And please enjoy. If you haven't want some more to eat, there's still, I think, some more food over there, some cookies anyway. Thank you so much for coming. Becky, do you want to say anything in closing? We just want them all back again next year for sure. Thank you so much.